Hello you guys, so I am here on my own, living alone in Portugal, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you my Airbnb. So this is the front entrance, as you can see, and we have this mirror here, and then it leads to the living room and the kitchen area, and then over here, a bathroom, so that's what it looks like. Ooh. And then over here is the bed. Oh, that was the light. Okay, so this is the bedroom. It's a little bit late. I should have done this earlier because there was beautiful sunlight coming through. This is what it looks like. We have a closet here, and like I said, there's a beautiful view out there, but I will show you when we go over here into the kitchen. So this is the living room area. There's a sofa here, and then the TV is over here. The kitchen and dining room area. When we go back here, we have an actual like laundry room. That's pretty cool. So like I said earlier, the view was absolutely gorgeous. So this is what the laundry room looks like. So it still looks pretty beautiful, if I do say so myself. So this is where I will be staying for an entire month. So let's see how this goes. You guys, I've been meaning to say for the longest time that I am so incredibly grateful for the overwhelming amount of positive comments and support that I've gotten from my last video on my gaming channel about needing a break, and I was reading like all the comments and hearting and I'm replying to everyone while I was waiting for my flight or the plane to arrive. I just want to say I'm so incredibly grateful for you guys. Thank you for the support on this very difficult decision to do this. I just want to say thank you so very much. It means the world to me seeing your comments. Of course, because of that, I don't want to give up. So thank you. Thank you so much. Hello you guys, so it is the next morning and it is super sunny outside today. So my goal for today is to go grocery shopping. And let me show you this beautiful view that I wasn't able to show you yesterday. So as you can see, the bed is not as pretty, but here is our view. It's so sunny outside. It did rain a little bit this morning, but now it is noontime and it is beautiful. I was just hearing like church bells. It was just so lovely. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to go outside. I just need to get the courage first. Oh my gosh, I am literally sweating, you guys. As I was going up the stairs to get to this apartment, there was somebody that was walking in the way. They were like, hola, and I was like, I couldn't even speak. Okay, so that was a disaster. So I went to go food shopping. I decided to go to basically the farthest possible place. I did not take a jacket or an umbrella with me because it was sunny outside. And then I got all my groceries, and as I'm on my way out, it was pouring rain. So I was trying to stand, maybe wait for it to, you know, pass by. It was getting stronger. So I was like, all right, well, I don't have an umbrella, I don't have a jacket, so I'm gonna need to buy something while I'm here, which I was not happy about. So I just went into the first store I saw, which was called New Yorker, and I was like intrigued, you know. I was like, what is this all about? What's the hoopla for New Yorker? So I went in there, I was looking at the jackets. They were like 40 euros each, and I was like, I really don't want to spend that much for a jacket when I already have one, and I got it thrifted for way cheaper than that, you know what I mean? So basically I went with this really long hoodie thing. I mean, I can still use it multi-purpose or whatever, and it's fleece lined, which is like my favorite, love that, but I'm literally sweating right now. So yeah, I mean, at least I have a multi-purpose item. Now let me go ahead and show you what I got in my food shopping haul, I guess. Okay, so here's my food haul. So first off, I got these 2 croissants. That's delicious. I got some chicken, some more water. I went to Continente Bon Dia in Santa Catarina, in case you're wondering. I got this coffee from Angola, so that sounds interesting. I needed some shampoo, and they had like 5 million options, and they were all in Portuguese, so like I don't understand. So this one says 3-in-1, so it's like shampoo, conditioner, and treatment all at the same time, but like look how small this is. I'm a little disappointed, but hopefully that means I'll actually use it all. So I got that. I got some fruits and vegetables. So I got 2 lemons, I got some tomatoes, and some broccoli, because that's literally what I usually eat with salmon, but I couldn't find salmon, so I'm gonna have to go back out for that. But in the meantime, for the chicken, I figured I could use some pasta and some pasta sauce. I've never heard of this, but okay. Some extra virgin
olive oil, tin foil, because like you can see in the picture, that's usually what I use to bake my salmon and stuff. I saw these and I was intrigued. They're like pocky, but they're called picado, so I don't know, but it looks interesting. I got some tuna, just, you know, for a snack or whatever, emergency purposes. More dark chocolate because I am obsessed. And I saw these and they're like macaroons, and I didn't actually get a chance to try them when I was in Paris, so let's try them, I guess. And for all of that, oh yeah, did I not mention I also got some gourmet chips, so that's interesting. But anyways, all of that came out to a total of almost 40 euros. I mean, I guess the first shopping trip is always the most expensive, right? So hopefully it won't be as expensive from now on. But yeah, that is everything that I got.
So I almost got in trouble for this at security, but I had to try to bring my own spices here. So I brought my rag, sprinkles, and nutritional yeast. They almost thought I was like smuggling something else, but no, it's still brand new. I even got this on clearance. I don't know how, but we can have a little bit of taste of home, I guess. This is literally what I use every time. So I kind of underestimated the amount of space I'll need, but I think that is pretty good. So today we'll have broccoli and chicken. So time to bake it.
Okay, so like I just realized this is in Celsius and I don't know what any of these mean, so this is gonna be interesting. So I think this is about 350 degrees Fahrenheit. It's like 176, and I guess this is like, you know, so that both things cook at the same time, so hopefully it's like a convection type of cooking. Let's see what happens.
Dinner is ready! As you can see, I still have my Poland Spring from the airport. I'm very disappointed with Poland Spring because they are wilding with their prices lately. I think the last so-called sale was 2 for 10. I was like, are you kidding me? And this was like $3.89. I know, I'm very mad at myself, especially because I purposely got an empty water bottle so that I wouldn't have to pay extra for water, and there was no water fountains or anything to like fill up a water bottle, so I'm very disappointed in that. So anyways, I might as well finish that. So I wanted to go ahead and have a chat with you guys. I'm sorry, I keep looking at the wrong camera. I wanted to have a chat with you guys about my experience on my flight yesterday. Oh my gosh, you guys. So I basically got the flight for free because I have like a credit card that has points, and you can use the points to redeem it for travel and stuff. So I just kind of randomly, you know, I booked it randomly like half a year ago already. So finally I decided, you know what, I want to take a break from my YouTube channel. I want to live a different type of lifestyle and just live, you know, because like I said in my previous video, if you want to see it, I was explaining how I just do the same thing over and over again, and I'm not really living. I'm just existing and just making videos just to make videos, and I don't even enjoy what I'm doing. So yeah, so I decided to finally actually attend this trip, and when I got there, the flight was supposed to leave at like 12:15, so like midnight, right? And then at the last minute, I go to get picked up. I booked like a limo, my limo or whatever, because my mom told me about it from her job. So the limo guy came to pick me up at my house, and then he's like, oh, I'm sorry to tell you, but you know your flight was delayed an hour. And I'm like, what? They didn't tell me anything. So I was like, okay, so now the flight leaves at 1:15 in the morning. Oh my goodness, you guys. And I like booked my limo to be like 3 hours early, so I was 4 hours early, just waiting and waiting and waiting. Yeah, I was so tired. And so finally, when we finally book and go inside and board the plane, there was a female flight attendant that I had an unpleasant experience with. So I get it, it's an international flight, so I understand that there will be a different language being spoken. However, especially considering that it started in the United States, you know, like the flight attendants should accommodate for people that don't understand understand, you know, the language, also know how to speak in English as well. But this lady in particular like refused to speak any English. I was like, sorry, like não fala português and stuff like that. But even knowing that I couldn't understand, she continued to speak like super fast, so I couldn't understand anything. And then she had like a really nasty attitude towards me. I don't know why, because she seemed to only target me. She was fine with everyone else. But yeah, I don't anyway, luckily there was another guy attendant, so like as soon as it was like literally as soon as I got on my flight that she started to have an attitude with me. And the guy flight attendant just like rolled his eyes like, yeah, she's always like that. But he was super nice and really chill, so I really appreciate that guy helped me for most of the time. So when I went to board the plane, I did splurge and I bought the seat that was like the first row. I just wanted to get in and out as quickly as possible, so I got the first row in economy. I was very lucky to sit next to this super sweet older lady. But the thing is that like as soon as I went in the plane, she was like speaking to me in Portuguese, and she's like, you know, saying all this stuff. I had no idea, so I was just like trying to play along like, oh okay, oh wow. I had no idea what she was saying, and then I told her like, no fala português, and I'm not sure if she heard me because she continued to talk. But then when I said now fala português to the flight attendant, then she realized like, oh, she doesn't know what I'm saying. So then she's like, oh, habla español? I'm like, no. I don't even know Spanish. So she's like, oh, okay. And then she spoke perfect English. I was like, what? So it just reminded me of my grandma that passed away last year on December 30th, and it felt like I was sitting next to my grandma because she spoke perfect English, even though, you know, she speaks another language most of the time, and she looked kind of like her too. So I felt like, you know, I was meant to be on that seat because it felt like I was finally spending some quality time with my grandma, which I never really got to do because my grandparents from my mom's side, they moved back to Puerto Rico when my mom was a teenager, so I never really got a chance to spend any quality time with them. And I don't blame my parents at all for not having the funds to, like, you know, constantly travel and take flights to Puerto Rico and back. Like, I don't blame them at all for not being able to do that. Like, they've made so many sacrifices so that I can have the life that I have now, and I'm so grateful for that. But I'm really sad that I never got to spend any quality time with my grandparents at all, especially now that she's gone. So, you know, there was certain things where she would talk to me about stuff, and then I don't know how, but her bracelet got stuck on the armrest, and so I'm like trying to help her take it off, and it was just little things like that throughout the flight where I felt like I was spending some quality time with my grandma. Needless to say, it was a very long day. I feel so bad about it now because when the plane landed, I kind of just like got up right away because that first front row has like a lot of space because there's nobody in front, obviously. So it had a lot of space, so I was able to just stand up and like go around her and get my bag, and I was like ready to go. And then I looked back and she was just like smiling at me, and I just felt so bad because I'm like, oh my god, like what is wrong with me? I didn't even think to like give her a chance to get up or anything. I was just in rush mode to like get out of the plane, and I feel so bad because I just left her behind like that. I hope that she's okay. I don't know why I just got up and left anyway. Then the other issue was my phone. 2 days before I was planning to leave, my mom told me that our phone plan has like an international thing, so I can just do that for the month, and it charges by month. So since I'm leaving for exactly a month, it was perfect. So then I can use my same number, text, you know, with the same texting stuff and, you know, calls and stuff without having to worry about having a different number, and then I can only use WhatsApp or whatever. So I did that. However, it wasn't working. And I'm like in the airport and I'm trying to contact, you know, the Airbnb people and my mom, and I couldn't like get through anything. So I was really stressed out. I had to check a bag because they're so incredibly strict with the weight limit. So last time that I got here, I only brought my backpack, but it was actually technically overweight, and I took out like my electronics bag, and then it was like barely under the weight limit. So I knew like if I'm gonna stay a whole month, like I'm definitely going to be bringing a lot of stuff, and also I'm probably probably gonna buy stuff while I'm here. So I had to check a bag, and then the bag carry thing to finally get your bag out. Of course, my luggage was like one of the last ones to come out. So I was waiting there for so long, and then I got a text from the Airbnb people, and they were like, oh, we've been waiting for like 2 hours now. Like, where are you? You asked for early check-in, which I did, but you know, the flight got delayed. The baggage carry thing was taking like 5 million years, and then I could barely have any, you know, service at all. So then, yeah, I went through the metro. That I had no problem with. But yeah, like a lot of these things took a lot of time. When I finally got to the station, I was able to call my mom, and I'm like so stressed out, like nothing is working, and I'm late for my check-in and all of this stuff. And then I had to walk with my luggage and my heavy backpack and my bag, and I'm just like going through these cobblestone streets, and the luggage is like ta 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 ta, like so loud and obnoxious. Like everybody's looking at me, and I have to like look straight and act like everything is normal. Oh my gosh. And then of course, like I have to go up all these hills to get to the Airbnb. I am sweating. I'm like I couldn't even breathe. I'm like like, oh my goodness, you guys, it was a lot. And to get here, then I happened to go up the street, and there was a homeless person blocking the entrance. So that was another issue. I was like, oh no, like, is this a dangerous area? Like, I don't feel safe here. But apparently they say that it's normal and that the homeless people aren't violent or anything like that, which I'm still feeling a bit uneasy about. But I was like, okay, like I'm just gonna give it a chance. But if I do start to feel unsafe again, I will contact Airbnb to get another place. But for right now, everything is good, everything is fine. So we're just gonna have to take it in stride and get used to a different way of life. I also remembered that I have, you know, an inkling, an interest in sewing my own clothes, and now I want to learn how to crochet and knit and stuff like that. And I realized that all of those things my grandma was really into, and I didn't even realize it. Like somehow I inherited those things that she enjoys without ever spending any quality time with her at all. She hand sewed like dresses, she hand crocheted and knitted stuff for me, clothes for me when I was a baby. It just really reminded me of her when I was sitting next to the older lady. And now my goal while I'm in this trip is to try and learn how to crochet and knit and stuff. I found a couple stores that like do that, but I need to figure out if they have any classes as well, and if they accommodate for someone that doesn't know how to speak Portuguese. So I hope that I can learn that. That's my goal. I want to be able to learn how to do that stuff and create something. So stay tuned. I just remembered too that when I went out to go grocery shopping, I was looking through all the aisles because, you know, everything's in Portuguese. So I'm like trying to inspect every label to try to figure out what it is. And I don't know why, because I went out like today's like a Tuesday afternoon time, like middle of the day, and there was this loud rowdy group of like high schooler kids that went in, and they're all like looking at me. I don't know what they're saying, but I can definitely tell the girl, she was like Americana with like a little sassy attitude, and I was like, I think they're making fun of me, but like what, like okay. But you know, the funny thing is that every time I get made fun of, it's always like a group of people, and it seems that like it's always a girl that instigates it. She starts it, and then she's with a group of like a bunch of guys. This happened when I was back at home too, and I was just like, what? So I don't know, like for some reason I can't comprehend why people would make fun of you, but apparently that's a thing. And it seems like they only do it when they're in a group of people, because I'm by myself, so maybe that makes me an easy target. But okay. Somebody was coming out of their door. Okay. Yeah, I was just thinking to myself, like, I am here by myself. Sure, I don't know the language, but I'm figuring it out. I managed to figure it out on my own by myself. You know, trying to just figure out life. Maybe they're not brave enough. Maybe they're the ones that aren't brave enough to go out and do something and figure something out on their own, so they just pick on me because I'm an easy target by myself. But it made me realize, like, maybe I am brave, and maybe that's what triggers them to try to make fun of me, because they aren't brave enough to do that themselves. So just wanted to say that, to not be afraid to do something different, go out of your comfort zone, because at the end of the day, it's just gonna make you a stronger person. And yeah, I feel very accomplished that I set out. My goal today was to actually go outside and get food. And that is what I accomplished, you guys. When I went out of that front door this morning, my hand was shaking. I was like I'm shaking, but I did it. And I feel very accomplished. So now I don't feel as afraid to go back out. Well, we'll see what happens tomorrow. But don't be afraid to do something that you haven't done before, as long as you're safe about it, you know. So I was a little afraid to say this, but I think it's really important for me to mention this. A couple years ago, I had this weird dream. I tend to get like really vivid dreams that sometimes actually come true like in the future, but this time it was pretty crazy. So I just need to share this with you guys. So basically in my dream, I was standing like this, right? And what I remember is I just remember all the walls being white, but I remember there was a door here. I was like, that's weird. Why is the door here? But I couldn't see. Everything here was like dark. And then I remember on this side, there was like, you know, a little crevice here. I, again, couldn't really see that area, but this area in particular, I remember seeing, and even this, like I remember being like standing right here in this position. And I remember specifically like this scene, like I remember the walls being white, the door and all this, right? And right here stood a certain someone who I will not mention, but you guys probably might know because he was in my videos. He was standing here and like super excited. I just thought it was weird, but I remember him saying, he was like super excited and he was saying she's going to have a big baby. Like that, like exaggerated like that. And I was just thinking to myself like, who is she? Because she is not me. I'm not having no babies, okay? But you know, dreams tend to not be literal. And it just got me thinking like, was he referring to baby as like a new beginning, a new life? Is that what I was meant to do in this specific area? Because I remember this specific scene, the white, the door, the everything, like everything, even like the position of where everything was. I was literally standing here in my dream like 2 years ago, and now I am here to start a new beginning. So let's go.
I feel like I'm in a photo shoot or Photoshop.
I might be going on 2 dates today.
This was a great experience. So yeah,
We need to make memories while we're
definitely.
Yeah,
That's the whole point of this trip. Is to try to get out of our comfort zone and try new things and
the magic of the unknown.